Have you ever walked away from a conversation feeling hollow? Invisible? As if your words just evaporated into thin air the moment you said them? You prepare a point for a meeting, only to be cut off. Someone else says the same thing 5 minutes later, and it's hailed as genius. You rearrange your schedule to help a friend, yet your time is treated as an infinite, free resource. Your boundaries feel like suggestions written in sand, washed away by the slightest wave of someone else's needs. For years, maybe your whole life, you've been sold a story. That respect is a reward. Something you earn through years of hard work, by accumulating titles, by being the smartest, the richest, or the loudest in the room. But look at the people who truly command respect. Really look at them. Is that really what they're doing? Or is there something else? A hidden language they're speaking? A silent code they understand that the rest of the world doesn't? What if I told you that the key to respect has nothing to do with your external achievements and everything to do with an internal operating system? A psychological framework that is learnable, trainable, and available to you starting right now. This isn't about becoming someone you're not. It's about becoming the most powerful, respected, and authentic version of who you already are. By the end of this guide, you will have the blueprint. 1. The diagnosis, the approval trap and the psychology of devaluation. To solve any problem, we must first diagnose it with unflinching honesty. So let's name the core issue, the addiction to approval. This isn't just a bad habit. It's a neurological trap. When someone gives you validation, a compliment, a like, praise, your brain releases dopamine. You feel good. You feel seen. And just like any addict, you start to crave the next hit. But here's where it gets dangerous. The people around you, whether they realize it or not, learn to use this against you. They learn that a little bit of praise can get you to work late. A compliment on your generosity can get you to lend money. A comment about how easygoing you are can get you to tolerate disrespect. You are literally being manipulated by your own brain chemistry. This creates what I call the predictability paradox. The more you try to be liked, the more predictable you become. People know exactly how you'll react. They know you'll say yes when you want to say no. They know you'll laugh at an insult disguised as a joke. They know you'll prioritize their emergency over your own priorities. And in the economy of human connection, predictability equals devaluation. We are wired to be intrigued by mystery and to dismiss what is always available. You are making yourself a cheap commodity in a market that treasures rarity. Think of the people you respect most. Your toughest mentor. That friend who tells you the hard truth. Are they fishing for your approval? Or do they carry a quiet sense of self-assurance that is completely independent of what you or anyone else thinks of them? That self-assurance is the bedrock of respect. It signals to the world that your value is not up for negotiation. 2. The mechanics. Respect is a calculation, not an emotion. So, if respect isn't a feeling people generously bestow upon you, what is it? It's a cold, hard, subconscious calculation. Every single person you meet is running a cost-benefit analysis on you, whether they know it or not. They are asking one primal question: what is the cost of disrespecting this person? If the calculated cost is 0, the disrespect will be plentiful. If the cost is high, they will instinctively treat you with caution and regard. Let's make this painfully practical with a 2-scenario deep dive. Scenario A. The path of least resistance, the doormat. Your neighbor consistently borrows tools and forgets to return them. You need your drill for a project. You sigh, text them politely, and when they don't reply, you go buy a new one, resentful but silent. The calculation, the cost to your neighbor for disrespecting your property and time is 0. They get to keep your drill. They face no inconvenience. You have just trained them that this behavior is free. The behavior is reinforced. Scenario B, the path of consequence, the sovereign. The same thing happens. You text them, "Hey, I need my drill back by 6 p.m. tonight for my project. They don't reply. At 6:05 p.m., you walk over, knock on the door, and calmly say, I'm here to pick up my drill. When they return it, you add, in the future, I need tools returned the same day they're borrowed, or I won't be able to lend them out anymore. The calculation, the cost to your neighbor is now high. They faced immediate, uncomfortable accountability. They know there is a firm boundary and a consequence for crossing it. The behavior is extinguished. Notice, you didn't need to be angry, loud, or aggressive. You simply enforced a consequence with calm clarity. This is the language of respect. It is spoken not with words, but with actions. The nice people who are treated the worst are simply those who have, through their inaction, announced to the world, the cost of disrespecting me is zero. They have made themselves a consequence-free zone. 3. The operating system, the 4 pillars of unshakable respect. Understanding the theory is useless without the tools. This is your new operating system. These are the 4 non-negotiable pillars. Master them, and you rewrite your social reality. Pillar 1, Sovereign Communication, the power of silence and action. We are taught to communicate to be understood. Sovereigns communicate to be obeyed. This means radically reducing unnecessary explanation. Stop justifying, you don't need to justify your no. I can't make it is a complete sentence. Explanations are invitations for debate and negotiation. Let actions speak. If someone is consistently late, stop waiting for them. After 10 minutes, leave the meeting point or start the meeting without them. Your action, leaving, communicates the value of your time more powerfully than any angry text ever could. Embrace strategic silence. In a negotiation, after stating your terms, be silent. The next person who speaks loses. Silence creates pressure and signals confidence. Pillar 2, Unshakable Composure, the armor of the impervious. Your emotional reactivity is a lever that manipulators love to pull. Your composure is your armor. Detach from the hook. When insulted, imagine the words are a hook being thrown at you. Your reaction is you choosing to get hooked. Instead, watch the hook sail past you. A slight, amused smile or a bland, okay, or, I'll consider that, completely defangs the attack. Master the pause. Before reacting to a provocation, take a breath. That 1-second pause is the difference between a reactive child and a responsive adult. It signals that your emotional state is not theirs to control. Pillar 3, Strategic Scarcity, become a value, not a utility. Value is dictated by scarcity. If you are everywhere, you are nowhere. Audit your availability. Are you always instantly available by text? Do you always say yes to requests? This signals low value. Create friction. Don't always respond immediately. Let your calendar have white space. Be selectively social. When you are less available, your presence becomes a gift, not a given. Prioritize your mission. Your primary focus is your goals, your projects, your mission. Your availability to others is a secondary priority. This mindset shift alone will make you scarce and valuable. Pillar 4, Non-negotiable boundaries. The art of the swift, silent no. Boundaries are not walls to keep people out, they are gates that define who you let in, and on what terms. Consequences over threats. Never say, if you do that again, I'll be angry. That's a threat, and it's weak. Instead, when a boundary is crossed, enact a predetermined consequence silently and immediately. E.g., if someone yells, you say calmly, I don't participate in conversations like this. We can talk when you're calm, and you walk away. The one-strike rule. For severe breaches of trust or respect, you don't need a second chance. Tolerating blatant disrespect, just once, teaches people you do tolerate it. A swift, final consequence is the ultimate sign of self-respect. 4. The transformation, navigating the aftermath. Installing this new operating system will cause a shockwave through your life. It is a fundamental identity shift, and the world will react. Phase 1, the pushback, the test. People who benefited from the old you will rebel. They will call you selfish, arrogant, cold. They will try to guilt-trip you back into your old patterns. This is a test. Their reaction is not a sign you are doing something wrong, it is proof you are doing something right. It means your new boundaries are being felt. Phase 2, the purge, the liberation. Some relationships will end. The users, the manipulators, the energy vampires, they will leave because they can no longer feed. Do not mourn them. See their exit as a purification. It creates space. Phase 3, the rebirth, the attraction. What emerges from the purge is authentic connection. You will attract a new caliber of people, those who respect boundaries, who value authenticity, and who operate with the same integrity you now demand. Your confidence will become intrinsic, no longer reliant on external validation. You will make decisions from a place of power, not fear. Opportunities will find you because you now carry the energy of someone who values themselves. This journey is not about becoming ruthless. It's about becoming real. It's about having such a deep reservoir of self-respect that you can afford to be kinder, because your kindness is a choice, not a strategy. You can be more generous, because your generosity comes from abundance, not depletion. You can be more authentic, because you are no longer afraid of the opinions of others. The world is filled with people screaming to be liked, desperately trading their dignity for crumbs of validation. You have a different choice. You can be the calm in the chaos. The signal in the noise. The person who commands respect not by demanding it, but by embodying it in every silent action, every calm response, every enforced boundary. The most respected person you know was once where you are now. They made a choice. They chose themselves. That choice is now yours. If you're ready to make it, let me know in the comments which of these 4 pillars you're committing to working on first. Like this video if it reframed your perspective, subscribe for more deep dives into personal power, and share this with someone who needs to see it. Their transformation could start with you.